Choose you this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. It's Budgie Buddies Joshua J and K playing around at Parakeet Park today with some comparisons for my cameras and some plans for the future. Wow, look at J and K up there. Well, I've been working hard at trying to find a way to capture better video, short of getting a gimbal to stabilize my images and level them out. And software seemed to be the first thing I could do, since my Samsung Galaxy A12, with 4 cameras on it, appears to be a great camera device. And for a cheap camera, cheap phone, it's a great camera. But it, even with hardcore software upgrades, it will not record at 4K. Which, believe it or not, my old school LG Stylo 5 will actually record that way. The other problem is, with aftermarket software, they don't record stereo with the stereo microphones, whereas the Samsung software does record stereo with the microphones by default. And again, the opposite with my LG. With the aftermarket software, I can get both microphones to record stereo, whereas the factory software with the LG phone does not record stereo. So the Samsung does seem to have a better camera setup, but it's less good for the third-party software. All right, well, now that we got that covered, I realized that after looking it up, indeed, the cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A12 will not do 4K. So I decided, let's try recording this with the tablet and seeing how this does, since it does record in 4K, but it's only got one camera lens and it has no other sensors on the back to send to send for focusing or for light sensitivity or whatever else it does. Anyway, so this is what it does recording. Right now, I believe I got it zoomed into the maximum on the Samsung software, which is 8 times zoom right now. And I have noticed that this is a much easier device to hold steady than the smaller phones. But again, if I got a gimbal or just use a tripod, I can solve all this. And yeah, I noticed stuff now this is something that A12 is doing really well. It is shooting the TV zoomed in like that really well. I don't believe I actually grabbed the other phone and shot footage on the TV with it to compare, but that's kind of what I'm doing, is shooting this footage, but I'm also trying to compare these cameras to see which is indeed the superior device. The tablet at 4K with its one camera and no sensors, with its odd placed microphones, one's on top of the tablet, the other's on side for capturing stereo, whereas the Galaxy A12 has 4 cameras and has 2 microphones, and they're both on the far extreme side, so it records very well stereo, but again, not good with software. However, the third-party software that I commonly use only zooms in to 4x anyway, so both the Samsung softwares on both these devices work better with the native phones than the aftermarket software. Again, the opposite on the LG. So the LG seems more hackable, if you will, and these Samsungs aren't. But these Samsungs, I'd like to grab the LG and record that in 4K with some audio so we can get them all together. All right, now this is with the Samsung Galaxy A12, and this one can zoom in up to 10 times. And again, a little shaky, apologize for that, bear with me, I try real hard to work on this. But what I'm looking at here really is the definitions, the fine lines, all the edges and everything, and also a little bit of the capture rate. How quickly does it record movements and such? So a little bit of shaky is actually good, because I'm watching this on a little tiny or a medium-sized screen on the tablet, a tiny screen on the cell phone, and then I'll be putting this up on the large screen against the wall to watch, to really get it all. Same with the speakers, I'm recording this on a little phone with the phone speaker, but I'm not even playing it back. I'm actually editing this on the tablet, so that's what I'll be actually listening to. And then eventually, when I watch the playback, I'll play it on the big screen, and then we'll get to see how it sounds in the big 5.1 home theater. Okay, well, Again, now this I believe is, oh, I did get some capture on the TV, but it's not zoomed in real hard. But you know, how is this doing though? Coming across the room, not really sure. Or am I recording this on the tablet again? Oh my, I can't remember. I think I might be recording this on the tablet again. I'll have to look up the time and stamp files, and I'll put it up on the screen so we can all watch. But I think this is the A12. The edges look so much sharper, but a little shaky from trying to hold it. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm zooming in all the way to see how good this thing really does zoom in. And you can see the difference between the 10X and the 8X. The 10X on this actually looks ever so slightly better than the 8X on the other, or very similar, which means it's doing, what, 25% better with a slightly sharper, if not comparable image. So yeah, the A12 with that extra set of lenses to capture distance and everything for focusing really does make a difference zooming in. Now, the other thing about the A12 is it has a macro lens, which I don't play with in this video, and a wide angle lens, which seems to be a little fuzzy when there's light, when there's not good lighting, or lights are pointed at it, kind of blurs them a little. So I haven't found it to be the best, for anything else but maybe using it as body cam, which that Samsung A12 actually does work pretty good like that. That's mainly, well, one of its main purposes at this point is a body cam. Now, what I plan on doing, I plan on upgrading all my cameras. I wanted to get a real, DSLR or DLSR, but I think I'm going to stick with another camera phone. So I think I found a camera phone that's going to do just about everything I want, and but it's going to come a couple of months. I'm going to get that electric bike motor first, so I can get back to transporting myself and saving money on delivery fees and gas, to have people ride me into town. And that money will go towards that camera to make it even quicker and more affordable. I'm also thinking about trying to build me a shed add-on somehow with the porch I've already got going with some plywood, maybe even spending a couple of bucks on that if I have to buy another sheet or two. So I got some secure storage, getting everything out of storage from in town to save me about 50 bucks a month. And so the camera, but I think the camera is second on the list. After I get the electric bike, the camera, and then the building up the shed, or maybe the reverse. I don't know. It depends on what I can build with what I got. And I mean, if I can spend like 50 bucks to save me 50 bucks a month, or 100 bucks to save me 50 bucks a month, and it'll take me 2 months to get the camera anyway, I'll go ahead and get the shed, set up. But if it's more like $300 or $400 to get all the stuff I'm going to need to do it, then yeah, the camera's coming right after the electric bike motor. So anyway, yeah, but my new camera I'm planning on getting is going to do like 4K at 60 and 1080 at like 240 or something like that. So I'll be able to get some really awesome high-res shots of these birds and some real high-speed footage too, to be able to do slow-mos and still shots of them flying and stuff. I plan on getting some real awesome footage of these birds with the new camera. And I'm also working on some software on the computer instead of on the tablet for editing. I found a software. It's a little expensive, but not the most expensive. And they've actually got a 3-month plan. I might just go ahead and get it for 3 months just to make it affordable so I can get it right away. In fact, I might do it on the next video I do. Yeah, here we go. This is 10X. Look at that. That's pretty good for 10X. And I'm actually not doing terrible at holding the shot steady. So yeah, this A12 is a superior camera. I will continue to use it with the factory software until I get a new camera. I can't really do any better on capturing footage, but I can do better on editing. This tablet editor, just the sound isn't as perfect as it should be. And I think I've noticed some that when you like copy the footage over a couple of times, the next set of image doesn't look as clear. Well, that's it for today. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out all of my other videos. Might as well just click the link to go check out my channel.